That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Oh, a bit unfortunate. Wasn't able to avoid the sand trap. And the tee shot ends up in the bunker. Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
That was like Usain Bolt, Frank, right through the tape.
Yeah, that first step, that was never going to stop.
Great professionals, Frank, they don't fear the greenside bunker shot, do they?
No, because you can be as aggressive or as conservative as you want. You actually have far more options. And you don't have to hit the ball first.
So at the third, the approach is on the green, but it's a long ways from the cup, about 30 feet away. Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
Not used to seeing that. Going to drop a shot at the third. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. With a good read, might have been able to make it from that distance, but not to be. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Right off the edge. Wow.
That hurts.
Just a tap in to finish the hole. Even par early on. This to surrender. Only one shot. Just a shade over par. +1. Frank, here on the fourth tee, you get a good look, don't you, at what Chambers Bay really is all about.
It's framed beautifully, Rich, by the bunkers there, left, short, off the tee, plus the ones down the right side. You can see everything in front of you, but the hole does bend to the right. This is another one where you've got a generous fairway, but don't be fooled by that. It's fairway first.
Tough par 4 measuring 495 yards. Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Good looking swing right there, Frank.
Textbook. I love the grip, very neutral. Excellent posture in that. The club just seems to glide through the hitting area.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Chance for birdie after that beautiful shot. We'll need to catch this solid, 190 yards away.
Rich, when you think about it, this course is built for you. You know, you've got a hole called Cape Fair, right? And then there's one called Beached, and then you follow up there with Derailed. This one says Rich Lerner.
Nothing like positive thinking when you step onto a tee. I'm beached, I'm derailed, and I'm in a complete free fall in the middle of my round.
Let's go play.
Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Pretty good effort right there.
It's no snack, though.
Good try, just didn't quite read the break, Frank.
It shouldn't be a problem, you'd think, cleaning up here for par.
Shouldn't be a problem here. Good roll. Solid. That's a par. Getting set now over the putt. Clean this up with a tap. In for bogey, now sitting at 2 over for the round. Frank, it's kind of fun to swing away on an elevated tee like this, the 5th here at Chambers Bay.
It looks straight away. It certainly does. And under 500 yards, so it gives you a chance, plus that elevation. You should be able to knock one down there. The whole pinch is in, though, with those bunkers left and right, and there's just one bunker in the front of this green, and that, as you can guess, should be avoided.
Be careful. They call this hole free fall. And now it's right in his wheelhouse, good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
I mean, that is a monster hit right there. He carried that more than 350 yards. Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. Appears to be what they call a commercial play. Very solid. Birdie try up next. Now, the approach shot here at the 5th hole at Chambers Bay, and how difficult is this?
Well, it looks straightforward, but the second shot, once again, just semi-blind. You've got to be very aware of that little central bunker that's just short of the green, because you're either going to have to go over it or around it.
Fairly long, 25-foot putt here. You couldn't ask for much more than that, except to make it. This one just requires a little bit of focus. Makes it and moves to 1 over.
Even par currently.
That's a par, and that keeps the scorecard clean, still even for the round. Ready to tee off here at the 6th. Frank, where are you looking to land the ball off the tee here?
Well, as long as it's not in the rough, the bunkers, well, there's no trees here, really. That little green strip, that runway down there, another hole that bends to the right, but find the fairway. The fairway's wide enough. You've got a pretty good idea exactly where you want to go. And once again, this is one of the shorter par 4s. So good drive here, just a short iron in.
Strong wind here early in the round. How do you think this is going to affect the players, Frank?
Well, they've got to be clever on club selection and the type of shot they want to hit now.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, I'm going to say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320. Whoop, this is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like.
Errant tee shot here, Rich, but going to have to muscle this one out of the rough.
Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. I'd see a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par. Second shot. Safely on deck.
Well, that one didn't work out. It didn't look bad in the air. It hit the green, but didn't sit.
Yeah, it was never going to stop.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just write a par down at the end of the hole. Don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Really good distance control there, playing well to his strengths. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Drops it, and he's at even par. Just a couple of feet. Solid effort and reasonable result to stay at 1 over par. On the 7th tee now, it is over 500 yards from the back tee.
Yeah, this is called humpback, and you can see why there's all those mounds and undulations between you and the hole, plus all that amazing bunkering down the right side. All to be avoided, really. If you can do that, then you get a decent look at this green. But yeah, you've mentioned it, 500 plus yards. It's going to play longer than that uphill.
But this could be really good, Frank.
Oh, straight at it. Oh, that was sweet. Straight down the middle.
Now the approach shot here at the 7th, Frank, and this one is up the hill.
It is, and the green is sort of split into thirds. There's a little piece back left, there's a piece back right, and that bigger portion in the front. So once again, you got to choose what shot am I trying to hit, and do I have the right club?
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
Now his 3rd, staring right at the green. Not too unhappy with that, Frank, at 17 feet.
No, from that distance, it's more than good.
Slight waggle, relaxed arms, ready to go. Now that is a shot that will be replayed over and over. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Lost that mini battle right there on that hole with a bogey and slips to 1 over par. Now to the 8th and a long par 5, Frank.
Fortunately, there's no bunkers, just the dunes either side. The hole looks a little narrow off the tee, but get down there, you're going to realise that's a fairly generous fairway. There's a little bit of mounding in this green, too, that actually slopes it back towards the player. So use that to your advantage.
He makes a great pass at the golf ball. It's powerful, but it's rhythmic at the same time. He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot, he is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Nice position, short grass, second shot. And he steps up to take this shot from the fairway.
Yeah, Rich, the reason why the best players enjoy stroke play so much is that every single shot's going to count, and you can't get away with anything in stroke play.
You have to manage your game, and you have to manage your emotions as well, because it can get away from you in a hurry. Frank, that ball's sitting up like it's on plush carpeting.
Rich, if you and I had lies like that every time, we'd still be playing this game for a living.
So this is where club selection becomes much more important. Uphill, make sure you have enough stick, and then swing away.
Solid strike right in the heart of the green.
That's well played. And now a good look at birdie. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance.
So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. And he's putting for par now. Can't make it, Frank, if you don't hit it.
Hubert Green once said, 99% of putts left short don't go in. I don't know what happened to the other 1%, but...
Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read.
You want to know the difference between good scores and average scores? That.
Right there. Shouldn't be a problem here. Wow, that hurt.
It did. Shot gone forever.
So, 2 over par for the round. Did the job right there. Frank, the 9th hole, called Olympus. That is very grand sounding. Like something that...
You're talking Greek God here, aren't you? Come on, this golf course is for the mere mortals, Rich.
Not quite what he was hoping for, the tee shot in the bunker. Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone.
Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
You wonder what he's thinking on that.
Well, bunker play is really about technique and feel. The 2 greatest ever are probably Gary Player and Seve Ballesteros. Seve actually was so good, he was so skilled, that he could open up a 3-iron, that's right, a 3-iron, on a short bunker shot from a green side bunker and splash it to a couple of feet as if he had just used a 60-degree sandwich. Amazing. Pretty good shot right there. Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. This is a pretty long putt here. You'd be happy to get this to within 2 or 3 feet. You really want to take the stress out of that next putt. You can see the golfer is just boiling right now after that miss and a drop shot here at the 9th.
Now it's at sneaky distance.
Well, you're not going to make that putt all the time, but you'd like to at least get it to the hole.
If he keeps putting like that, he's going to be an announcer in no time.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. One over for the day. He has to make this for a double bogey. Too bad. 2 drop shots right there with a double bogey. Moving on to the back 9 here at Chambers Bay in the state of Washington. I'm Rich Lerner alongside my friend and colleague Frank Nobilo for EA Sports. Frank, what's the 10th hole all about?
Dunes left and right, hence the name High Dunes. Obviously split the fairway there. But one of the factors of true links golf is you normally get to putt in the calm. The dunes protect this green from all the wind, so a relatively flat putting surface.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one. Got the measurement out there, Rich. Looks like 290 yards.
All right, Frank, what's the best way to approach the 10th?
This is probably the flattest green on the golf course, Rich, and really, if you miss this green, you've made a mistake. There's no two ways about it. It's probably the most predictable second shot you're going to have on the golf course.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Early part of this second 9 with a good approach shot. And now, pretty good chance for birdie. Frank, it appears as though this approach shot here at the 10th is fairly straightforward.
It is. You've got a flat green, so you're not really worrying about mounds or bounces here. And really, this is, with a short iron in hand, this is one of those ones you just green light, you go straight at the flag here. There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it. Really. This is that awkward length.
Man, you can't miss him from that distance. And getting ready for the putt. Just slides by.
Yeah, can't afford to miss too many of those out here today.
And this will be a 5-foot putt here. Tough start to the backside, Frank.
Yeah, it doesn't bode well, too. You start losing confidence with the putter early on.
Blemish on the scorecard. A bogey. Trying to stay steady, make a par. Doing what needs to be done. You need to make them from that distance. Stepping up to the tee here at the 11th, Frank.
Yeah, it looks straightforward. You see a big dune in the middle of the fairway. You can really take that out of play. Get it down there as far as you can. You're going to need to. And then from there on in, it's really just trying to find out exactly where you want to land that second shot so that you can get it on the right level.
That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
I mean, he just blasted it down the fairway, well over 325 yards. The 11th hole. Frank, what's ahead here?
This is another green that's sort of sloped. There's a lot of little slopes in this green here, plus the green angles from right to left. So it just depends on whether that second shot that lands. You've got to be well aware of what you're landing on. If you're landing on a downslope, it's going to kick forward. Obviously, an upslope, it's going to stop that much quicker.
Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. Frank, safe to say he is not having his best day out here today. What kind of advice do you give a player who's struggling?
Well, you just almost got to forget what's happened. I know that's easier said than done. Just start a clean slate. Just hit a good shot. Just find a fairway. Don't try and get too specific. There's enough out there. The greens are big enough. Just find a piece of green. Find a piece of fairway. Maybe knock a couple of putts in. And then let it add up in your direction.
Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
thank you at last. A birdie. That was a long time coming, Frank.
Yeah, finally he strung some shots together. Now, if all of a sudden he can do the same on the next hole, he might just get a run going.
Trying to limit the damage here. This putt is for bogey. In for bogey, now sitting at 2 over for the round. Measuring 311 yards, the 12th Frank seems to offer an opportunity for a player to do something pretty dramatic here.
Yeah, it's called the Narrows. Really, it should be called the Temptation, because what player stands on a tee knowing he can reach and doesn't take up the gauntlet?
Well, they claim it's a reachable par 4. We haven't seen a whole lot of people do it today. We just saw it right there. Well done. Frank, I think that's going in the bunker.
Looks like it. That's an absolute beauty.
And it's a long way to the hole from here. Never easy. Did a nice job with that putt. Good read, good speed. These putts keep the round together. Beginning the long climb back, now to 3 over par. Settles in over the putt. Putt drops, now at 1 over par. 13th hole now, it's a dogleg right, par 4. Frank?
But at 534 yards, you need an eagle eye, which is the name of the hole, to find exactly where you want to hit this. Doglegs to the right. There is a fairway that's plenty wide to accept a good tee shot. And then from there on in, it's actually a relatively straightforward second shot, providing you can miss that bunker that's just short in the middle of the green.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. The second shot now to the par 4.
In the direction of the sand.
It looks like it. Well, he'd like to have that one back. In the bunker.
Still a chance to get it up and down. Second shot.
I like the looks of this one. Good, clean contact, and a nice result, and a chance for birdie coming up. All right, so greenside bunker. What's he looking to do with this shot, Frank?
Well, really you have to look at the amount of green you got to play with. You don't have to try and fly the ball right by the flag. Allow it to run. Plus, if you can get it to run like a putt, you never know. It might just go in.
This one measures out to 24 feet. That is a painful miss right there. And a bogey. Drop shot here at the 13th. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business.
Now, just when you thought they might pick up one, now settle for a par.
Not a gimme, but well within his range. Nothing wrong with that par putt. Nudge this one home, finish it up. This game's amazing. You're rolling along, life is beautiful, and then bang.
Step away from the controller.
Total depression.
Now, this is not heading in the right direction.
No, it looks like it's going to be in the rough. Not the best shot, this one in the rough, but still will have a play from there. This one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
Oh, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Playing in the winds can really be demoralizing. You might hit a shot perfectly and airmail it by 20 yards.
Yeah, well, just because the first part of the round hasn't gone your way, you should still have a feel of the conditions by now.
Excellent start off the tee. That's a great way to begin this hole. Second shot from the rough. It's on the way. Frank did the prudent thing there, didn't he?
Yeah, in the end, really, you could have turned that into a disaster instead. Actually, a good chance, really, to perhaps get away with par.
Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. Frank, what do you want to do with the approach here at the 14th?
Just use that, the mounding that's sort of supplied there in front of you, the right side of the screen, maybe kick it towards it. There is a, sort of runoff area to the left, but then all of a sudden you're in the sand. So keep the ball slightly right of center.
Good looking shot right here. This is a 9-footer. Well, you just can't make up ground if you don't make putts. Drop shot here at the 14th hole. That's a bogey. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. And has it. And now at 2 over par. Frank, normally in a golf course, you don't want to spend too much time in the trees, with the trees, around the trees. But part of me wants to go up and hug this tree because he's all alone. It's the only tree on the whole golf course.
Well, I know you're a tree hugger, Rich. I really do. But at 246 yards, when they play this off the back tee at the US Open, believe me, nobody's hugging that tree. They're just trying to make 3.
You can see a little bit off balance on the tee, and that one is going to be in the rough. Pretty good result right there, considering...
It looked rough all the way,
Exactly.
Rich. It really did.
Frank, can one small tweak from an instructor lead to a big turnaround?
With the right player, yeah. You just want to hear the right message. It's like anyone in life. You just want to be pointed in the right direction.
Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Makes it and moves to 1 over. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Rough day so far, 4 over par on the round. Now to the 3-hole finishing stretch here at Chambers Bay, and we get it started with a relatively short par 4. It's a 423-yard hole, the 16th, Frank.
Bend slightly to the right. There's a huge bunker all the way down the right side that sort of starts, I don't know, maybe about 100 yards off the tee, goes all the way to the green. You go right, and then you realize why this hole is called beached. There's something about a well-hit shot.
Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
That's well played. Now a good look at birdie. Frank, now a pretty short shot here into the 16th.
Yeah, green, anything other than flat. Very narrow, skinny green. It also slopes left to right. You can use that to your advantage.
Just a bit offline here, Frank, but not too bad.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the wind or just the lie there. Should be okay. It's no snack, though.
That was a good-looking putt, just not falling right now.
Sadly, he's going to be disappointed.
This one just requires a little bit of focus. That's a step in the right direction. Makes the putt and makes the move to 3 over. Just a couple of feet. All right, no damage done. Stays at 1 over par with that putt. Frank, you don't need just a caddy out here at Chambers Bay. Seems like you need a sports psychologist. You start thinking about the names of these holes. Beached at 16, and what's 17 called?
Derailed, and you can see why, too. That green's perched up there. If you've got the round going in the wrong direction, this is not a hole to start on. So if you've got a run going, it's just a good tee shot that lands around the front there, and you just take a 3 here. This is not a time to be a hero. There's a big green, and they're going to use every inch of it.
Frank, it hit the green, but just didn't have enough backspin.
Yeah, you wonder what he's thinking on that.
Frank, you like his chances to walk away with a par here?
Well, with a good shot, Rich, yeah, that's certainly on the cards in that. And you think you just ride a par down at the end of the hole, don't tell anyone about it. It certainly won't affect the scorecard at the end of the day. So that's the goal right here.
Okay, good shot on the dance floor.
Second shot.
That looked for all the world like it was dead center.
I've got no idea how that missed.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. One over for the day. So just a formality here. And he makes it for a bogey here. Now to the 18th hole. Frank, everyone wants to finish in style.
Yeah, the home hole here, once again you head back to just a wonderful view, and you realise that Chambers Bay was designed as a walking golf course, and it was designed to have fun and test every department in your game. 18 will do that. It probably gives you more trouble on both sides of the hole than any other hole on the golf course.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot, he is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Now from a good position in the fairway, his second shot. That is tasty looking right there, Frank. Just a perfect spot in the fairway.
That is prime real estate. How do you get a lie like that? Seriously, you could hit any club from there.
Playing his second shot here at the par 5. Frank, you want to finish with one good swing here, the approach shot to the 18th hole.
I don't think there's a flat putt on this green, Rich. There's so many different sections. We've said the course was like a maze. This 18th green can be like a maze. If you're on the right portion, then obviously that certainly helps, but there's so many different levels to this green.
That's good stuff right there. Wonderful approach, and now a really good look at birdie. Getting set now over the putt. So a tough way to close the round, missing a short putt and a bogey here at 18. These putts keep the round together. And that is a round of 73. Now a 7-footer. Well, too bad. He gives one back. Frank, this was our first trip to Chambers Bay here in the state of Washington, and it provided a stunning and dramatic backdrop for the national championship for the U.S.